right, there we go. Did not realize I still had that open, but it's okay. Cool. I'm a bad sneeze. Oh no. Okay, I'm good. A good evening to you as well, Keith. I hope you are doing well. We are going to start a new map. We're not abandoning the old one, but I do have to make a new world for a new campaign setting. So that's what we will be working on. So, as always, the first thing is to actually choose our landmass, which is kind of a more fun part. Let's see. So, kind of envisioning it similar to the first one we've done. I kind of want, actually, maybe more like this. So we'll start with our base. Then we can create little capes around areas. Expand it out here. Probably slim it down this area. What? Oh. I'm subtracting for no reason. You can get really small here and... Nah, not really a fan of those. This is always the part that gets changed around a lot. Okay, so the thing about this is we're trying to only go for the parchment style. So that being said, we have two options. We can color it in and make it like brown, or kind of make it like black and white. Just to see what that would look like. If we were to sample size it. Maybe subtracting method could be used to indicate land masses with immense cliffs. Oh, do you mean... Oh, whoops. Do you mean like quite literally drawing it like to a cliff? In that case, we could use this effect to make it a little sharper. If we use the circle. I don't know if that's what you mean, but sometimes they do allow you to... Okay, what do watercolor look like? No, we don't really want to use that. Okay, here we go. So we could always use these. These are always really good, really good. You find the right angle. Then you can place it. And essentially draws your cliff for you. Those are always kind of a nice way to do it. Oh, you're thinking of something else entirely? Yeah, no worries. I think the main thing I want to decide... So 2 things to decide first that are most important as far as tonight's progress is the shape of the region that we want to do. And then the second part is going to be the coloration. I am kind of a fan of... Because like, if we look at a map of like Middle Earth, like this is one option we could do, but I'm not too big on making everything like yellow and orange, if that makes sense. Kind of like the idea of coloring it in, but I still want to give it like a fantasy map parchment feel, if that makes sense. That's the hard part, but we'll find it. So like these are options. I do kind of like this idea of almost like it's hand-drawn. Might be able to do it, but we'll see. Okay, so I don't want to touch Fantasy World. Yeah, we're pretty much just gonna have to only play with these ones right here. Not as many as I thought, but we could probably make it work. It's fine, it's fine. We're probably just gonna have to get really creative with the coloring. So that being said, if we grab our local green and decide to churn it up. Let's make it a little brighter. Let's theoretically grab what we can for different environments and see if that coloration looks nice. I don't really see one for snow. I think I'm supposed to just, yeah, place the snow up here. Okay, so... It's not bad to do these colors. I don't mind it. Another option is... Oh, I have the opacity down. Just to give it the actual classic map feel, but... Because it's kind of in the context of D&D, I do like the idea of putting out the different environments. I feel like that's really important. So that's what we'll try. Well, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. I need to... Hold up. On my other monitor, I'm going to pull up some examples, take inspiration off of and see how they did things, and then I can kind of see what they did, see what I like, and then develop my own style. I might sneeze again. Oh! There it is. Alright. I was waiting for it. Wifty, he's back, thank you. Back to the realm of the living. I am happy to be back. I'm glad you guys are here. Are we just doing map building today? Yes, yes. And we're also doing a new map. A lot of things kind of happen. I have to essentially prepare a new world kind of very quickly, so we're gonna go ahead and do that together. We're not abandoning the old map. We are just gonna put it on pause, do this one, and then we are going to continue that after. Just with the timeline of things, I kind of want this one to be done first. Oh, what happened to the old one? Oh, yeah, don't worry. We will come back to it. However, this one is going to be different in the fact of almost kind of in a way to challenge ourselves. It's going to be a parchment map, so we're not doing the isometric style. We can only use parchment assets, so we're giving it a very old-time fantasy-esque one. So that being said, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with colors. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the actual landscape of the map. So there's two things to consider. Because it is... Oh, 1 second. There we go. Welcome to the club. Let me know if you need help. I always love your guys' inputs. It's always very fun. That is my strong suit. What is it for? It's for possibly a campaign. The second thing is kind of a side project book that I might eventually write one day, depending on how much free time I have in my life. But one thing that would very much help is to create the physical world kind of on a map from kind of how my brain works. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I guess the big decision comes in how big do we want, how many land masses, because on a isometric designed map where we're using like assets from the last map, it is pretty useful to use a few land masses because you can go in great detail. But with parchment, I mean, we're just like essentially putting a city here as an icon, right? We're not gonna like fully put out hundreds of buildings like we did in the other one. So we can actually probably separate these with the ocean. So that being said, we're gonna go back to our shovel. And we're gonna start digging. I don't want to make everything isolated. I still want a larger landmass. We can make it actually just thin out here, not necessarily closed off. I put a daily poll in the Discord, yay or nay. Where would it be under? Oh, daily poll. Yeah, I mean, is this for like if we ever want to take a vote on anything? It's not a bad idea. It's actually really solid. 2 arms and a head. That's what it looks like right now. I realized that too when I was putting this in. I was like, this definitely looks like a head and arms. And I essentially cut off their legs, but... okay, so we're gonna have to fix it somehow. I'm thinking. Do you guys usually like it when maps have a lot of kind of essentially like different continents with water separating them? Or do you like it to be more connected into one continent? That's overall our big decision to make. I kind of like the idea of maybe a big continent and then fragmented islands elsewhere. So if that's the case, we're gonna make this bigger probably on this side. I don't want it to go all the way to the edge, but like right here could be nice. And then we could keep this part, that's fine. However, I don't want that to be snow as well. What the hell are these? Oh, there we go. Alright. Not too shabby. The next thing we could do... Actually, no, I don't want to do that just yet. Decide where do we want to connect stuff and where do we want to put islands. We could put an island here. And then possibly one more right here. Overall, I think this looks like it'd be pretty good. We could probably add more to this right now. And in that case, I'm going to subtract it here. Okay, so... It's no longer 2 arms and a head. That is progress. No, I see what you're doing here immediately. Should Midnight stream more? Look, I want to. Sometimes life gets in the way and things come up. Here, I'll put yes on my vote, you know. Okay. Oh, whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's see. Now it looks like Santa with his hat. Santa with a large nose. Wait, do I see it? Hold up, I'm trying to see it. Is this his nose? Maybe it's just a Santa Claus. What about buildings counts indicate importance? Say 3 times regional capital, 2x established hubs. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. So the one benefit of... So keep in mind, with Incarnate, we have like 4K resolution. So we can really zoom in and do stuff. And so it does allow us to technically, if we want, split these up, put a landmass here, landmass here. But the benefit of doing this stuff is that I can really get into the nitty-gritty of small towns being things, and then kingdoms being things, and I can put more detailed structures. So, but yeah, so like I can put this right and put these two compared together, and then that can tell you, hey, this is a village, that's like the city. It's supposed to kind of, I see a seahorse on the map. All right, guys, look, it's not a, we're gonna keep playing the cloud game. We're just gonna make this whole thing a land mess. Doom itself is not a bad idea, but I do like ocean travel being a thing. the damn seahorse. But yes, that is an excellent idea, Keith. That's already really good thinking. Because we can't put, we're not going to put additional buildings. First of all, we're going to use different assets. Obviously, this has multiple, that has one, so it can kind of tell you a difference, but the size will also give you the significance of what's going on. That being said, we kind of already, I've already determined some locations where I know regional capitals will be. It's going to be, thing is, if they have different assets, let's use that so we don't always make it look the same. Let's see. We have a dwarven castle we can use. Human kingdom. So we can throw the dwarves up here. I saw an orc somewhere. Orc could be, yeah, here it is. Okay, so stronghold, temple, village, town. What do the other things look like? Yeah, okay. So I like this one the most. We can kind of have orcs be around in different areas. Ah. Okay. Now I see what you were trying to do. it's a very cool, rad Santa Claus. He's dinked out, man. I see. Now I can't unsee this. Ugh. Just the whole world Santa Claus. That's a giant conspiracy theory that we're gonna play into. I do apologize if I sound slightly tired. It's a bit late. But also I was at the dentist, so I'm still a little sore from everything they did. Man, going to the dentist is always brutal. I think most people dread that experience. Okay, let's keep this as a little desert area for now. Again, I don't want... Okay, so... Now I need to change the layout. I can't unsee the Santa Claus. You've cursed me. What can we add to, Ooh. Okay, this can be kind of cool. First of all, let's subtract up on this sign. Let's open it up here. Okay, this little cranny here, right there, can just be a really cool strategic point. And whatever kingdom's up here and whatever kingdom's up here, whoever has control of this can this can just be a huge like stalemate right here. Both are defending it up the wazoo. And then you have like kind of this either a at first I was gonna think a lake, but a chasm could kind of be even cooler. It's like a bottomless pit. Santa Claus Dad, I'm sorry. If your parents did not tell you already, it was not Santa Claus giving you the presents. If it somehow was Santa Claus actually giving you the presents, then I think Santa Claus owes us all an explanation, but I'm sorry, Santa Claus was never real to begin with. If you made it this long without knowing that, I applaud you, but I will be the crusher of your dreams. And I did it here by killing Santa Claus off in a map that I just made. Look, someone has to do it, alright? Someone's gotta be the villain. Okay, volcano area. Could be kind of cool concept to have it here with all these shattered islands. In which case we could theoretically go back to ash, but I think it'll be confusing with the snow. So... okay, don't necessarily want it to be that, like... These areas are scorched as well. Opacity down to like 30. There we go. For now. Make a character called Verre Christus, and he's a war general. I'll make an army with a war cry like har har har, Verre Christus. Or Constantinople, I see you're a man of culture. You guys. We can 100% add this in the other one. The other one has full reign for you guys to add anything you want. But if I now have to make this world about the equivalent of Santa Claus amassing an army like Genghis Khan and conquering, it's gonna go way off plan. Okay. Is there anything else we can do with the actual land masses? That's kind of what I want to get figured out first. We could add some stuff here too. Possibly a land bridge would not be a bad idea. Once again, another great area of control for whoever wants to. Okay. Have we cooked? Are we satisfied with this? Okay, one thing we could do. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Cut this off and make another area right over here. I say we cooked. This is good then. This is very good. Okay, so we have essentially one main continent right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 different locations. Okay, I don't know if I want to put the volcano so far out here, because then it's just like so away from everything else that it doesn't really matter. Putting the volcano here could be kind of cool. Yeah, okay, let's put... Okay, it's really nice world building to put the volcano with the dwarves. I'm always a fan of it. So I think that's probably what we do. And one thing that can be kind of cool is kind of like fire over here, ice over here. You know, two different elements. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is what we do. I'm gonna do mountains and cliffs and all that later. I'm just gonna focus on what we want here. Let's go ahead and make this color more red. Let's see. That's very pink. Nah, we don't want to do that. There's got to be a red we can get somewhere. Agree though, for some reason I can't put my head around it. It sort of looks like rushed. Well, we're not gonna put, like, we're not confirming it just yet. Make them live inside the volcano using its heat and making obsidian weapons from lava. Yeah. Fantastic idea. Okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to get red for, like, the fire, but I think we could do white. Just for, like, the ash and the smoke. We could potentially make it blue and make it like a mithril volcano, which is kind of cool, So it could be like blue smoke. That could be kind of dope. Okay. What are other things we can do? Okay, I don't really know what I want to do with this, to be quite honest. So we're gonna actually remove it and just add way more landmass to the main continent here. Okay, that gives us a little more room. It looks a little too... We're gonna have to start trimming it off here. It's a little too big on this side. So let's shave it off in like the C. We could do another potential shave and keep that maybe. In this case, add more right here. Okay, maybe. There is one other option we could do. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Yippee. A lot of yippies. Oh my god. Welcome, welcome everyone. Hope you're having a great time. Yeah, there is a hi Twitchies. You guys will know who's on Twitch and who's on YouTube. You guys are gonna go to war together. I wish you the best of luck. I love your wizard. Thank you, thank you. I have not made it, but the person who did was a kind enough person to say anyone can use it. But he made it like 7 years ago. I have no idea what he's up to now. I hope he's doing well. Hey Midnight, you got a bunch of Twitchies from Twitch. I did indeed. The benefit of streaming to 2 sites. What a kind man, yeah. Exactly, I am very, very thankful. Okay, option 2. If we wanted to. We could make a world, and for our layout, I've always thought about this and I thought it'd be kind of cool, is if the entire landmass was in the shape of a sword. Wait, that's way too big for the, and then kind of the hilts down there. However, when you look at it in a different angle, it could look like a gingerbread man. So it could go either way. We have 2 options. We are doing map building. Yes. We previously worked on another map. Let me pull it up for all of our welcome guests. They can see the progress we made last time. Let's see here. Maps in general for your own world? Yes, so we do a kind of like a multi-stage process by doing D&D creation together. So it kind of goes with the map building, then into the world building. We decided to recently mix the 2 to kind of keep it more fun. If you guys go to my YouTube channel, Midnight Coffee, you could find all of our past live streams where we've made maps together. I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's taking a second. Okay, this is what we've worked on together as Twitch, chat, and streamer. It's been pretty fun. That being said, if any of you are interested in D&D in general, we have different streams. So we do map building, we do homebrew review. So if you guys make your own homebrew and then tell us what you're into, we can review it together. We kind of do some lessons, guides. I answer any D&D question that you have. But this is something we did as Twitch chat together. Now, the only difference between these 2 maps, this goes off of the isometric design, which is kind of like a bird's eye view, a little more 3D, kind of cartoony, which is nice. And then what we're trying to do right now is strictly parchment. So we're not trying to use any of those assets. It's proving to be a little difficult. But yes. Anytime I make a D&D campaign, I usually make a map for it. So, for example, when it all comes together into one very fun thing to do, I do like to see the players kind of like light up. It's like an amusement park. They get excited to go to different places. These maps are really cool. I'm glad you like them. It's a lot of trial and error. A lot of you doing it at the start, realizing you suck, and then taking the time to get good at it and understanding how to do things. I think the edges line up smooth on that map. Yeah, this was the first map I made. And this is before I realized that you can put like cliff edges and stuff. So like, we could theoretically, knowing what I know now, could go to it and add cliff edges to make things more 3D in a sense. Kind of like putting one here, matching it over there, and then onward and onward. But, you know, for your first time, you do your best. But it's overall a very fun time doing it with chat. You guys, we name stuff together, we come up with lore, come up with characters, quests, things all together. And it's overall very, very fun, chillax time. So, if that's something you guys absolutely enjoy, tune in. We play Pathfinder, but no one was streaming it to raid. So we thought we'd raid a D&D streamer. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys chose me. I have not been brave enough to try Pathfinder. I know it's pretty similar from what I've heard to like 3rd edition, 3.5. And so it sounds really, really interesting. Not a single person that I know in person was interested in it. Very similar, yeah. It sounds super cool. But, so, I'm happy to have you guys. Let's have a fun stream. So we're trying to decide on the layout of the map before we get into details and adding stuff. Invite to Discord. Yes, sorry. I need to get that bot working. Let me go grab the link. There we go. Okay. There is the Discord for anyone interested in joining. To give you guys just a very, very, very quick preview with our Discord, you are free to essentially, in this homebrew section, put in your own versions of homebrew, which we then can review on stream on certain days. Usually I'll put like homebrew review on the stream. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in DMing yourself and making creations, we are happy to look at it. Keep in mind it may take some time before us to get to it, but it is a fun stream nonetheless. D&D is a bit more of everything. If I'm not mistaken, Pathfinder leans heavily into dungeon sweeping and combat. So D&D was essentially that way too up until 5th edition. When they made 5th edition, they kind of wanted to streamline it for people who are brand new to the entire genre and don't know what they're like, don't have any experience, which was my experience as well. I started with 5th edition, and I think it's really good for like when you're first starting out to be like, I have no clue what's going on. Pathfinder definitely requires a lot more knowledge about like the mechanics of the games, like the game that you're playing and also the roleplay aspect. So it's kind of one of those things where your first sip is 5th edition. If you get to the bottom of the cup, odds are you might be playing Pathfinder, like an older version of D&D. But I've stuck to 5th edition just mainly because I like to bring new people into it. So that's kind of been my role in a sense. Okay, so we need to decide the landmass. If we are comfortable and cool with how this looks, we can go ahead and start adding stuff. If not, we can add more land or subtract land, depending on how we want this to look. What do we think about the sword design, by the way? Are we fans of this, or color? This is option 2. We could obviously add different lands as well around, so it's not just the sword, but there is a sword in the middle. What about there? So this is option 2. Not feeling sword? Yeah, let's get rid of it. It was... Who said the sword? One of you guys said sword. You're getting banned. This is a terrible idea. Pathfinder 2nd Edition is a lot better about being more about storytelling, especially with pre-written campaigns. Yeah, that's also another thing. If anyone has not played D&D already, you have two options when you play D&D or any RPG in that sense for that matter, is there's pre-written modules that you can run, or you can make your own kind of story and world, which is called homebrew. My experience as far as D&D goes with the pre-written campaigns is it feels like there's always one player that like has either already played it, read ahead, or has kind of essentially gone some kind of knowledge or spoiler, and they kind of abuse that. So ever since I saw that the first time I was a player, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna make my own campaigns. Not to cast any judgment on anyone who runs modules. I absolutely love them. I think they're great. I just know as for me as a player, I love the sense of surprise, so that's what I kind of play into. I like 5th edition because it's easier to homebrew, though I might make my own system to see how hard it is to do. That part is insanely difficult. That is probably the hardest thing you could do for the context of TTRPGs, is to devise your own system. But be patient with it if that's really what you want to do. The landmass looks too smooth, as it's not much chaos. I think a landmass needs a lot of islands near the coast to feel right. So you're saying... I think a landmass needs a lot of islands near its coast to feel right. Yeah. Pathfinder 1st edition has the issue of explaining its rules, but never concisely. It's back in an old time when the game didn't have, like... They didn't want to come up with a mutual objective system that everybody has to run. They kind of just wanted to create the skeleton structure and then have DMs just jump in and do what they wanted to do. And that's what 5th edition decided to, like, do so that new players can essentially come in and have an easier time. But I mean, even D&D, if you look at, like, the first theme, the class is like fighter, man, and wizard. It's it's as bare bones as it gets. It's like a page long. The only thing that I don't like about Pathfinder that I have favored in 5th edition D&D is that Pathfinder has a lot of feats, and so in 5th edition your character can do stuff without needing a feat to do it, but in Pathfinder you do need it. The only reason I don't like it is just because for a new player they have to read a lot of feats to understand what their options are. But if someone's willing to do that, I'm sure they love the system. All right. Let's see. So, first of all, I'm going to get in detail and close this off. Okay, so as far as what you were saying, nothing. Having land masses, a lot of islands. So the only parts that are coastal, I think each part is relatively close to something. This is going to be more like a giant lake. I just realized the music stopped. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. It also seems like overall too smooth lines, even if the edges are serrated. The map itself feels overall straight. So let's see. When you're saying smooth lines, are you referring to like what's going on around here, like on the perimeter of the drawings? Correct me if I'm wrong, but do you mean like there should just be kind of like some randomness of like it branches out here. There's like maybe a bigger landmass or blob here. Is that what you're kind of saying? Adding more areas never hurts. I think one thing I want to do for sure is make this a little further out. So let's erase it for now. And then add it like out here. Yes, why is there a 5-second chat delay? It might be because of my dropped frames. I had to kind of slow it down just for the fact of keeping it stable. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's possibly, I could agree that it's a little too smooth over here, so we can add some randomness. Other than that, I think everything else might relatively be fine. So let's go ahead and add some stuff. We'll add like a ring here. Oh, oops, too large. 1 second, this soundtrack is a little too loud for me. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's add like a ring here. Let's make this a little wider. And then 1 second. I'm gonna go close my windows real quick. Alright, we're good. Over here it is also. Oh wait, actually, damn it, I like what I accidentally did right there. We're gonna split it up here though. Okay. All right, let's do that. I'm fine with this little rivet in here. This kind of like sword angle that comes through. This looks fine. Okay, in that case, we need to get biomes set up next. So in the north, we kind of want the snow. That part feels nice. And a very nice barrier to that are going to be mountains. There we go. Just add this nice mountain range. And then open up the middle. And we can essentially represent that there is an entrance. But it is only through this small canyon. Or this small passageway. Okay. And then I think we just add mountains in general now that we have them out here. Kind of like the idea of maybe not that long, but mountain range here. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, we're gonna get a couple things ready. We're gonna get mountain, we're gonna get trees. We're gonna figure out which trees we like more. Alright, option 1 is this for a forest. Option 2 is this for a forest. Which one do you guys like more? Are there any other trees? I mean, there's palm trees and stuff, but I think we're gonna avoid that. Actually, we could use some willow trees. No, essentially left or right. And we could do cactus as well. That'll be nice for the desert area. Let's see. Yeah, we have trees and mountains. That's pretty much what we're gonna use for the most part. I mean, we'll go ahead and use both, but overall, this seems like a better. I do like this a little more. Okay, so. I guess we could add, let's grab our villages. All these just a human icon. Alright, so this feels like it could be the one for a village. This feels like the asset for like a fortress. I wonder what we could use these for. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I mean, I could place a bunch of houses together and make it look like it's multiple, but it's not a bad idea. We'll save that for now. Okay, some couple of ideas. This is what I really like about map building is when you kind of like start to put certain things together, you can also create your lore very easily. So I like the idea of these two belts here being very, very important for trade. So it would make sense that people really want to control this area. So I want to have one that's militaristically controlled. So we're going to put the fort here. The other one's just going to be the wealthiest city, pretty much. So it's going to be like essentially the Las Vegas of D&D. That being said, I do want to erase the back here. cool. I don't know why I can't move this for some reason. It's locked. It doesn't want to move. All right, he's staying, I guess. He's one stubborn guy. Okay. Let's work on other things. Actually, I could just... There we go. That worked. Let's put it here. Let's shape things around it. Nice. Okay. Okay. I think I need to make my mounds taller. Representation-wise, they are pretty much as big as these trees, which doesn't make quite good sense. This is all random stuff. It's not meant to be here. Yeah, that could look better. Is it too... Do you guys think it's too big? I guess the question is, do you think it matters if the tree is pretty much... And I guess I could put them close together. This is probably the smallest that it could be. It still makes sense. So that's 139, and these are at 154. Okay. Let's do like 140. I'll just type in. Alright, that'll be fine. Oh, these trees are kind of fucked, but I'm gonna have to spend a little bit of a second on micro. Nah, yeah, okay, that's good. Sometimes the chat is delayed, sometimes I am also, it's a human delay. I look away for a little too long. So I apologize if it takes a second to read what you guys say. Okay, I am a huge fan of these shattered rocks that come around. This is also a really nice asset to put at places. I don't know why it's not letting me... I remember being able to like hold and drag for these. You know, it's entirely possible that it's in the other map. If I go to like these assets. Because if I put these, let's see if they work. Yeah, it becomes too like high. The art style is too good to match up with all the other stuff. What were these called? Jagged rocks. Okay, so I guess they are Yeah, I guess it only was that. Okay, never mind. I'm delirious. Delusional. I just realized there are these hills that we could use. I don't know if they're as good as using the mountains, though. Unless we open them up. That's also an option. Nah, they're too wide. Yeah. We're gonna avoid that one. Alright, so I guess I will have to just manually place these. I thought, like, some assets you can just, like, hold left click and drag and it works, but I guess others just don't want to work. Actually, let's grab these and put them in the snow. That could be better. All right. My thing is, can I color these trees differently? Oh, yes, I can. I think also, well, actually, I take it back. If I can, I think I can place them in. Oh, you kind of can. That's nice. Look at this website thinking ahead. But honestly, it is better to just kind of color them because I like the little shadow effect it gives. Then that means theoretically you should be able to... Oh yeah, you can paint these too. So, let's see. Man, we gotta get really small for this. Okay, and if we theoretically make like the base white. Let's just color, okay. Let's color the whole thing on its base like marble. And then we go in and add the accent colors that we want to. This infinitely will take more work to color it in, but I think it's kind of nice you can get pretty creative with it. Also, it's kind of fun. It's like a coloring book. Okay, and then we can grab the blue. We're gonna test, see if we like this overall. If it's not actually cool, we can skip the effort. If it is cool, we can like it. Karlowski. There we go. Hello, welcome. Happy to see you here. Oh no, I messed up. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Got a text message. Had to read it. So I was a little distracted. We could probably make this whole rooftop blue. Okay, does this look... Ooh. Okay, I think this looks... This looks really nice. How's it going? Is this for a campaign? Yes, it is. So, we're essentially making a world, but I'm using only parchment assets to give it kind of an old classic fantasy map type of thing. Do we like the coloration look versus just kind of the base color that it gives? Do you guys think it's worth it to go in and color everything? I'm gonna go ahead and save because we had 419 changes. It's gonna call us new campaign for now. I do not have a name. But how's it going for you? Yeah, like the vibe a lot. Has a little that does has that little does a lot going for it. Yeah, I agree. What I also like is that because I can change the colors, I can also affiliate it to the kingdoms that it will represent based on their banners. So we can have like a white and blue. Let's see. We agreed that this is going to be our rich city, quote unquote. So that one can be in gold. Let's have another kingdom down here. So we're going to grab these guys, move them here. This is where they rule. That way, okay, so theoretically we have one here, essentially controlling this area without that island. This one is not going to be a military city, but more of a commerce because they're very wealthy. I think these two are going to be the main militaries. And we have them far enough that they're not neighbors, but close enough that they could wage war. We have this city, which we can have be a relatively neutral one that can act as a middle ground between them all. We can put the elves here, the dwarves are there. We don't really know who we want to put in the snow yet. I'm thinking about putting the orcs over here. Let's color this up. Okay. As far as main civilizations, we're not going to worry ourselves with the outer continents, these other countries that are out here. We'll worry about those later. Doing great, just writing a class description for a TTRPG I am working on. Are you working on the entire TTRPG, like making a new system? We have someone in chat who is also talking about making their own system. I don't know if you're still here or nothing, but that is something the two of you can definitely bounce ideas off each other. Okay. Oh yeah, nothing's still here. He was also talking about making like a TTRPG system. Let's see. Okay. I do want to add. We decided to get rid of these. Let's see if we can color this one. We want to do it red. Color. Turn the saturation up. We lower the brightness. It's always hard to get red in this website. I think that might be. Oh, it's a little bright. Yeah, it gets like too pink is my issue. I don't know why this website hates the color red. I might have to pull from something else. Let's see. Here's a red, but yeah, this is a carpet. This won't work. Let's see what else we got. Let's just type in red, see what we get. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's some lava red. This might work. Okay, theoretically, we'll see if this works. Is it too bright compared to the blue that we saw? No, actually this works pretty fine. Okay, I don't quite want to make it out of marble, so we're gonna choose like something that's more like stone. Right here. the default might just be the best. Oh, sorry, I missed your chat. Well, the system is currently an idea at the moment because I started with using cram system as a base, but I'm slowly diverging from it. The former was a very simple D6 system, but I want to try to play around with the whole D6 and figure out what can be changed to its own thing. So are you trying to base it off only using a D6? I assume multiple D6s, kind of like Warhammer. Decided it's easier to color everything in like just huge strokes and then go in finer detail with the green to clean it up, rather than be so gentle with it. Yeah, it's actually a way more efficient thing to do. Okay, then we can grab the red. Now that you mentioned, I might borrow a concept or two from Kill Team. Yes, kind of like Warhammer. Yeah. Thankfully, the first dice that was used was pretty much a D6. So it's the most one that people have like devised concepts for. So it should make it hopefully pretty simple to find something online that someone's made. And always, always, always a good thing to take inspiration off what other people have done. We do our best by working together. Color this whole thing red. I'm gonna create this little thing right here, gray. Okay. All right, so we got our two kingdoms here. This actually comes out pretty nice. I actually really like the way the colors. I'm a huge, huge fan. All right, what color do you guys think represents like neutrality? Now, my first option is to do purple, kind of make it more of like a noble city. We could also do green. People find D6s faster than a regular RPG dice. Yes, absolutely. It's what they're already familiar with, so very easy for them to jump in. Gray. Yeah, gray's gonna be the base, though. Actually, I do want it to be a lighter gray, so maybe this. That looks nice. Okay, and then we can do it in detail from here. I need an accent color. Could go brown. Ooh. I was planning on doing brown for the dwarves, but we could do like orange for the dwarves. We're just cleaning it up here, doing our duty. Okay, so potentially, if we do brown, let's see what it's like. If we try to alter it, it looks like it's going to affect its color. No, whoops. Just a couple concepts. He said duty. So we could do brown. We can go try purple. I'm gonna try different colors, see which one looks good. Oh yeah, I do kind of like purple here. And then another option is green. Joba boy, welcome. Brown looks pretty neutral, to be honest. Usually earth tone colors work too. All right, yeah. If you guys are seeing it as a pretty neutral color, then that is overall what we need to do. So that's what we will do. I need to clean it off here. Oh, whoops. All right, let's do brown. Do you guys want brown, or do you want more of a like a bronze? If could we do that? If I guess there's two versions of brown here. Oh, this one's more like tan. All three. Should we just make it a rainbow castle? It's just an epic rave that's going on in a fantasy world. Let's try bronze. So we would have to make it. I don't know if we can make it metallic. There's these other assets. I think for the painting, we can pull from the other assets and kind of bend our rule a little bit, but just for the painting. But I don't think. Also, did you invite them to the Discord? I did put the link up above. In case anyone missed it. There it is again. That's a link to our Discord if you're interested in joining. It will notify you whenever I go live. My schedule is unpredictable, to say the least, at the moment. But when I go live, it'll put a little thing on one of the channels that says, like, hey, Midnight Coffee is live. It'll also notify you when I post a YouTube video. Okay, I really wanted bronze, but I don't think we are unfortunately going to find one. But I mean, it could be bronze in the thing. It's just, you know, color brown. Unless I do this. Okay, hold up. I might be able to. That's more copper. That is just orange. Yeah, the dream is... unfortunately not there. Huh. I really was seeing if I could... I apologize if this is going to get bright, but... oh yeah, that won't work. Alright, it's fine. We can either just keep it at this, like, tan brown, or we can go with, like, purple or green. Okay, got into the Discord. Awesome. Perfect. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's see. We'll decide on it later. The color for this one isn't too important. Just yet. One thing I do want to do, is the final thing before we call it, is get kind of some different colors going instead of all this being green. There is, okay, I remember there's something called a pathing tool too. The only issue is you could do stuff like that, but I don't think... I think what might be better than a pathing tool is putting like an actual physical path. Right, theoretically that would like look infinitely better. Yeah, it overall would. I'll put this, the trees with the mountains. I like the idea of putting villages there. We have our village, a little preset that we made, but we are going to lower its size. Okay, yeah. Need to make the brush thinner, I would say. For the pathing tool, yeah, I would concur. I was theory crafting it, so we're not gonna finalize it just yet. And then theoretically, this is obviously not what we're sticking with, but it's just to show, like, if we wanted to do a physical pathing tool on the map, what it would look like. Just kind of stuff like that. Oh, what is that? Oh my god. There we go. It could be kind of cool, especially theoretically. I'm not going to keep these here, but like theoretically, once you place all the forests that you want. But we will do the pathing and the forest next time. In that case, I'm going to sleep on it for what we want to do with the colorations. Have different ideas of where we maybe want deserts, maybe where we want grasslands, mountain regions. Snow is pretty much going to be here. That's the only part that's confirmed. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it for the end of the stream here. Thank you for everybody tuning in, old and new. Tomorrow is Friday, so I will be live tomorrow. I will not be live Saturday, but I will be live Sunday and hopefully Monday as well. With it being June 5th was like the last day where I was kind of super busy. Hopefully within these next 2 months, I am going to be very active. So look forward to that. Summer is coming up. Everyone's getting a little more free. But everybody have yourselves a wonderful night. And as always, enjoy a nice cup of coffee. See you next time. Peace!